Hello.
They burn.
So,
Unbearable.
Jesus Christ. All right. So I've hey, guy, hey, Alistair, hey Lenny on it. So I've decided to restart the recording because I walked 5 feet through the door and my house exploded with the dumbest garbage you've ever seen yelled around. Uh, I muted it in time, but it really doesn't matter because I was in a bad mood. So let this be officially one of the first few recordings I've actually started over because people around me were really annoying. So I also started over for other reasons because I had Morgan and Sten in my party, and they're gonna just prove like crazy when I walk through these doors with these characters. So these people never judge me, and we already got Morgan's quest to get the not the dog to get the where is it? Oh, I can't tell where the highlight is. Where's my stupid cursor? There it is. It wouldn't move. God. There you go. Flemeth's Grimoire. So we already got it. We don't need her here. So I'm gonna ignore everything I've heard on the forums online about how to trigger Sten's dialogue.
It's done.
Because I've not brought Sten here and I've still triggered it. So I'm pretty sure it's through banter with the companion we're gonna get. So we'll just forcibly trigger it if we have to. And that'll be that. That'll be that. We'll just roll with it. Alright? We're gonna be in a much better mood than we were 2 seconds ago. We can also trigger
I've
this.
been setting down in ink the tales of our ex,
Oh, this is funny.
and I have been thinking about ways to describe you. You are unlike any animal I have ever met, almost human in your intelligence and understanding. So, let me see. You're loyal, yes? That one is obvious. Very, very clever. This is also obvious. You are terrifying when you have to be.
She's talking to the dog, by the way.
Gentle and sweet as a dove at other times. And you are also playful. Sometimes gluttonous. No? What is all this begging for food scraps then? Well, alright. You're not gluttonous. You're just a lover of fine foods. How's that?
Everyone's a critic. Yeah, Leniana's a bard. Talking about how she's going to describe the dog in their story. So we just picked up a bunch of codex entries. Now, normally, you'd have to really go through the codex to really understand what everything is referring to and go into the quest-related section. That's the Blackstone, Pinch of Ashes we did already, Letter to Jogby, Rigby, Who Cares, Mage's Collective. This is just quest-related. Watchguard of the Reaching. Now this is some summoning quest stuff. It's not a quest, but it's a quest. So basically it's saying a sword lowered to strike through and the ground. It's too convenient. I'm looking more and you'd be smart to help. Ritual note, the thread burned before a giant spear raised. He stands alone, so whispers are known false. Don't need him, Owain knew reaching. So basically this is to get part of this so you can get, oh, this is a spot. Oh, hey, we learned that Uldred set abominations loose. One was in my mentor's robe. Something in the spot may help you out. No point in hiding it from the senior mages, and don't worry about Denry's usual fee for moving his bed. He's dead. So, Uldred, the mage that we heard was a libertarian in the beginning, who actually was the person in Ostagar who volunteered to send the mages to be the one to send up a fireball and stuff. That was Uldred. So he came back and he abominized the place. So that was him, in case anybody wants to know. Rage demon in real life. And this is another character we met from Ostagar, who we talked to very briefly.
You've returned to the tower? Why did the Templars let you through? Are you here to warn us?
This is my home. I wanted to see what happened to it.
I see you still care about the Circle and our tower. Unfortunately, the Circle is in grave danger.
Gregor gave me a very brief summary.
The Templars have barred the doors. They will only open them if they intend to attack us. Is that what is happening?
Don't worry, the Rite of Annulment has not arrived.
They sent for it then. I feared they might have. What else could they do? So Gregor thinks the Circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the right, however, we will not be able to stand against them.
So basically, if the right of annulment comes, Wynn correctly assumes that when they get here, they're going to kick down the door. Even though they have a magical barrier against the demons on that side, they're going to look at these old women and children and go, yup, kill them too just in case. That's exactly what's going to happen. So, hey, listen, what happened?
Let it suffice to say that we had something of a revolt on our hands, led by a mage named Uldred. When he returned from the battle at Ostagar, he tried to take over the Circle. As you can see, it didn't work out as he had planned. I don't know what became of Uldred, but I am certain all this is his doing. I will not lose the Circle to one man's pride and stupidity.
Alright, so what are we doing?
I erected a barrier over the door leading to the rest of the tower, so nothing from inside could attack the children. You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds, but I will dispel it if you join with me to save this Circle.
So, Wynn will join you if you agree that annulment is not the only option. If you disagree, guess what? You guys get to fight and kill each other right now. Now, if you agree and side with Wynn for now, you can still annul the Circle later at the end. You can still have a bunch of options. I'll guide you through it as we go through it. All right, so maybe I want to see this place burn. All right. I'm gonna help you, Wynn.
Once Gregor sees that we have made the tower safe, I trust he will
Yeah, Gregor's a pretty reasonable guy. He's not a crazy Templar like some people. But we need Irving. He said we need Irving specifically.
Then our path is laid out before us. We must save Irving.
All right, are the kids gonna be cool here?
Petra and Kenan will watch them. If we slay all the fiends we encounter on our way, none will...
There's no real threat to anybody here, in case you guys are curious. There's no mechanic like that. All right, if you think it's a good idea, we'll go.
Petra, Kenan, look after the others. I will be back soon.
Wynn, are you sure you're all right? You were so badly hurt earlier. Maybe I should come along.
The others need your protection more. I will be all right. Stay here with them. Keep them safe.
Volume feels a little low. I'm gonna pump it just a tiny bit. And you can, you can make a bunch of old jokes about her. All right, I don't like any of this. This is too rushy, this is too mean, this is too goody two-shoes, but we'll go with the goody two-shoes.
Your confidence is refreshing, though you should make sure it does not blind you to your weaknesses. If you are ready, let us go.
So Wynn is locked in. Wynn has to be part of the party for the events here, which means we need a warrior.
Yes.
And in terms of approval, we want a warrior that's going to think mages are cool, because we're siding with the mages here. If you want to think mages are not cool, Sten is a good guy for that. He doesn't like mages. Shale, also, if you recall from last episode, does not like mages. She hates mages. She hates them. Morrigan, also, likes being a mage. Doesn't like Templars, doesn't like mages, but thinks that the mages should get what they deserve by being cowardly people. So she really runs it weirdly. She even takes 5 seconds to have a whole speech about it, about like, when Wynn's talking, she's like, I think we should let this place burn, just for existing. And then you can go, no, or you can go, okay, fine. And Leniana likes mages too. Plus we need a rogue. She's the only rogue we have at this part of the game. If you wanted to wait until you have a different rogue, all you gotta do is complete at least one other quest arc. So if you want to complete Redcliffe, then you'll get you get a chance to have a different rogue in your party after you complete one of the quest arcs. It doesn't have to be a full quest arc, I don't think, as long as it's one. Or do we have to complete the urn? That's a good question. But this is the fastest way. I think if you complete the first part of Redcliffe, that is in Redcliffe, I think you can get the other rogue. So let's just go. We're good. And then now, if we wanted to, we still have the power to switch party members. No rest area here, but we do have the power to switch the party. And this person died. That's sad. That's a kid. And you're Petra. This is Kenan. And remember her? She was the praying lady at the beginning.
Oh, it's you. I remember you. The tower isn't how you remember it, is it?
Hey, how you been?
All right, considering the circumstances. I keep thinking this is our punishment for being mages.
So yeah, if you haven't met her before in the mage origin, you get to figure out that she's the kind of like fall on her sword.
Don't say that. It's not true. You deserve to live just like anyone else.
The swords are like The sword of mercy that's sent on.
She's like, I can't wait for the Templars to come in here and just kill me. Wouldn't it be better if Andraste hadn't died at all?
Andraste only died because of man's foolishness and pride. We need to atone for this. We should let the Templars come.
I can't wait for that door to open, she says, so the Templars can run me through. Alright. If you say so.
I will pray. May we abandon our tainted bodies to find peace with the Maker.
Poor girl has been drinking the Kool-Aid her whole life. Hey, you, novice Dwemer room. A Dwemer room, I think, gives you a bill. Oh, we can never go in here, by the way. This is always be locked. You can only go here in the Mage Origin. DLC, you can come back in here for. But it's a specific quest, very linear. Hello, Keenan.
I'm sorry that your homecoming has been...
I don't even remember him from the tower or Petra.
See you back, and I'm glad you survived Ostagar.
I was lucky, man.
You heard about Loghain. I would never have imagined the Terran a traitor.
How'd you find out?
Wynn was at Ostagar.
Oh, so Wynn survived and told them what happened about Loghain betraying everyone.
Things passed. Be careful in there, and stay safe.
So the circle is actually pretty up to date on what happened. Hey, Petra.
Look after her, will you?
You sound a little worried. Oh, I will, don't worry.
I don't know if she's up to this, especially not after... I just worry.
After what?
I was on my way down to the library when I heard screaming, and a demon came round the corner. Its eyes were afire with evil. I was certain it was my death come upon me. I think I screamed. I was so afraid. And then Wynn was there, in front of me, shielding me. It was light and fire, blood and chaos. When it was over, the demon was dead, but Wynn wasn't moving either. I was so afraid she was... gone.
What happened after?
As I moved to help her...
Wynn, you tell me what
she
happened.
stirred and coughed. I don't know what I would have done if she had died. For me.
Well, I'm glad she's alive.
Just look after her, all right? She might be completely fine, but then again, maybe she didn't come away from that totally unharmed.
All right. Don't worry, I'll take care of her.
Thank you. And thank you again for helping us.
Don't mention it. So Wynn's default specialization, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which I have been before in my life, so it happens. She has Senior Enchanter robes. Pretty good stuff, actually. Well, what's her staff, by the way? It's a decent staff. Enchanter staff, that's pretty good. Silver Aaron, which is pretty good for hair. Spirit Charm, Fire Resistance, Mud Isle, Cold Resistance, Charm of Still Waters. You can have that. Court of Shattered Dreams. Yeah, you can have that. Clearing up some space. Some space. Oh, let's look at your stuff, sorry. Wynn is a spirit healer, and she comes with revival and group heal, so she's a good mage to have your party. She specializes in some earth magic. We're going to give her a little bit of fire, I think, as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're going to give her a little fire. We're also going to have her, she's already doing creation, so we're going to have her be a creationist, but not like that. So basically I have a mage that has every school. Yeah, so I got elemental-wise covered and different trees covered as well. So just to keep that in mind. And we're going to mark all these because I'm tired of seeing them there. Alright, so we're good. We're going to worry about Sten's dialogue later. I think we're still safe. Let's not stress over it. Let's just go.
Here we are. I'm somewhat amazed at myself.
That little effect of her is basically what rock armor is. Gives her more defense. You did what you had to do, Wynn.
It made me very weary at times.
So she's been using her own personal willpower to keep the shield up constantly.
Be prepared for anything. I do not know what manner of beasts lurk beyond this barrier. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Be on your guard.
Alright. This is a good chance for you and me to talk.
Yes? Is there something you wish to discuss? If not, we should hurry. Time is of the essence.
So how did all this start?
Oh, a long story.
I love long stories.
Started
Wink, wink,
when
nudge,
I
nudge.
returned from Ostagar. I was at that ill-fated battle, and I survived, barely. I was in no state to travel, So I stayed at Ostagar to recuperate and help the wounded.
Oh, she stayed for a while then.
Uldred,
But
on the
Uldred
other
came right
hand,
away.
left for the tower almost immediately.
Ooh.
When I finally returned here, I found that Uldred had all but convinced the Circle to join Loghain, the man who nearly destroyed us all. I cannot fault the Circle, though. Uldred had a persuasive argument, and how could they have known what happened in Ostagar?
Oh, it's possible that Uldred might have been waiting to do that all along. I don't think so, though. We'll see. What do you say?
The alliance with Loghain would have been to the Circle's advantage. According to Uldred, once Loghain was in power, he would order the Chantry to give us more freedom. Well, I told the first enchanter Irving what Loghain did on the battlefield. I revealed him for the traitorous bastard he is.
Which is funny because the mages could have sided either way.
He called a meeting to confront Uldred.
Because really all Uldred did was kind of like
Must have gone wrong.
lie of a mission with
From
them.
my quarters when I heard the screams.
He betrayed the king, or he's in cahoots with somebody who betrayed the
Long
king.
before I saw the first abomination.
And when they were having the meeting for Uldred's quarterly review, demons and abominations started flying everywhere. So it all started at the meeting?
It must have, though I don't know for sure. The creatures came from that direction, as far as I could tell.
Ooh, so wait, what, who, so Uldred? What's up with him?
Suppose you would not have had much contact with him. He
No.
never mentored the apprentices, never taught. He didn't seem to care much for the Circle, only his own advancement.
Sounds like a pretty awful person.
I'm sure Uldred has some redeeming qualities. He probably has a perfectly good reason for not displaying them.
I don't think she's gonna tell me much about herself. Do you know what we will face in the tower?
You have seen the demons, haven't you?
Alright.
I fear the abominations.
Abominations and
They're
demons.
no longer human.
Alright, let's work together.
I hope you're right.
There's not much more. Alright. Let's not waste any more time. Alright, let's go. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Dead person. Oh, these are abominations, by the way. They are freaky looking.
Blast!
Let's get started.
Doo doo doo.
This should be easy enough.
Oh, they also explode on death, which is very annoying. So abominations are just that, demons put inside mages. It's very awful. Short bow. I'll sell that later. A torn book. Summoning sciences. Is that that's a dead Templar. This is a new quest. So this is a very tedious quest. My mouth. It doesn't work right. So you found a textbook of arcane summoning. It would be unwise and altogether unsafe to engage in these exercises with the library in its present state. Which means, you notice we can't click on anything to do what the little note says to do. So, when we are done with doing the Circle's major quest, we will come back down here and do the quest to get the summoning sciences. So, basically it just says, we'll come back for that. And I don't want that. This is summoning font. Oh, does that activate everything? It does. We should come back though. Apprentice note. A scrap of paper, a pile of books, some private documents. This is the summoning fonts. We can come back and do it later. It doesn't have to be done right now. So we start with summonings. It triggers that. And we triggered everything already. Actually, we could do it now, I guess. Well, let's clear the area first, because it's going to be dangerous to do this without clearing the area. Hey guys, over here.
Immediately.
Ah, Leniana, why? Let's see here. Oh, I'm the only mage here. Well, Wynn is a mage as well. So he takes bonus to freeze damage, so that's very good. Now we'll pop this. Let's get that. There we go. There we go. And Leniana, you might as well stay as a melee. Because, you don't want to leave. Oh, more codexes. Uldred will show us the way. Finding recognition within the circle and freedom from the scornful eye of the Templar who will not be shunned. So Uldred, as we find out throughout the course of this quest, has been secretly just making blood mages or training blood mages and passing it on, and he's just been the biggest pain in the butt about it. It's really disgusting. Over here. Leniana, why? Okay. Alright, I need you.
On your guard! Look at this mess! I love
Now you freeze.
it! Let's get started.
Ooh, okay.
Stay down!
I need to heal. That's my job.
Is it just me, or do you actually
Cool, we're
think
all
you have
alive
a
still.
chance?
Jesus. All these explosions. It's very distracting. Alright, this is another torn book. This is part of a secret. Oh, this is Mystical Side of Power. That's for the Mage Collective stuff. So there's 4 of those in the entire world that we want to try and find. They're pretty easy to find, quite honestly. Okay, we've done everything. And this is Summoning the 4th. Summoning the 4th actually isn't in the Codex. I think you have to do all of them in a row to do Summoning the 4th. So let's... Yeah, we got some time. Let's do this. I'll have to do this later if I don't, so might as well do it on camera, I guess. Alright, let's go back. I would rather you guys stand over here. If you would, a little closer, please. That's, I guess, as good as we're gonna get. Alright, you guys stand there. We're gonna save over, recycle. Alright, so let's look at this. I used to have a guide for these just to do them without having to look at them, but it's not so bad. Quest related, Summoning Sciences. So the book has been torn in half. This is the second half of the book. Exercise 1. Do the summoning font. Second passage from the Tome of Spirit Personages. And then pass through the summoning flames. Okay, address. Okay. So Spirit Personages, and then just go back. Pretty simple. So hit the summoning font. And then the Tome of Spirit Personages. There's no timer on these. Spirit Personages. That's Elvorn's Grand Bestiary. Uncommon Colin. Rhodorons. I guess it's over here. There's a Novice Phylactery. Magus Gorvish. Here you go. Spirit Personages. And pass through the flames of something. And that's it. It's just the dead nug. A spirit hog, actually. And that's how we do it. We do follow the instructions, and we do it. So now, same thing. We're gonna have everyone come over here, because it's not always a dead pig. We'll actually figure out what those pigs are later, but it's not always a dead pig. All right, so let's look at the next one. This is exercise 2. Touch the summoning font. Uncommon Calling. Silver coin at the feet of Magus Gorvish statue. Okay, so Rhodorons and Magus. Pretty simple. Touch. If you do it wrong, you just get a little bit of damage. It's not that big a deal. Rhodorons. If you do it right, you get a little sparkle. Alright, Magus Gorvish. Okay, and we're going to touch Summoning the 2nd. And it summons just some guy. Just some guy. Actually, just to be safe, hold on. No, okay. So there's a Summoning the 4th spell. But you saw it, it's kind of behind the bookcase over there. Over here, guys. Over here. Everyone over here. This will make sure you guys stay out of my way. Alright, so what's Summoning the 3rd? Yes, Places of Power, yes. Alright, Summoning the 3rd, exercise 2. Okay. Alert the senior magi of lesson commencement. That's not important. Because they basically say that as like a nod that this is dangerous. Alright. Address the summoning font. Grand Bestiary behind us. The chosen sigil on the table. Yeah, that's the carving symbol. A lock of hair, Spiritor Materialis. Callum's gesture, 2 fingers. Breathe on the phylactery. Okay. So bestiary, table. So Elvorn, table, spirit, statue, novice, thing. Okay. Okay. Bestiary, table, spirit, statue, phylactery. So, okay. Summoning font. Oh, you guys are following me now. Alright, that's fine, I guess. I thought I hit hold. Elvorn's Grand Bestiary. Okay, and then next is the carving on the table. I believe now it's the statue. Ah, I messed up. Gotta do it over. Alright. Messed up. That's my bad. It's spirit after that, so Elvorn's Bestiary. A lot of running back and forth on this one. Okay, so let's see here. We gotta touch the table. And then we gotta go back to the spirit. Etherealis. Now the statue. Then the phylactery, then the flames. So statue. Then the phylactery. Now the flames. And the reason they said to alert somebody is dangerous. That girl is a bad girl.
Only one
I seen a type before. Oh,
Must have victory.
They should be easy.
have any other spells? Girl is a bad. There you go. We killed it. What you got, Fade Rifter? Charge mitts. Plus electricity damage. That's pretty awesome. Good for a mage. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, I went the wrong way completely. Charge mitts. This is pretty good for a mage, honestly. Hardened Fate Striders. Studded leather, leather, leather. Red leather, yellow leather. What happened to those gloves? What was I wearing? I was just wearing gloves. Where'd they go? Oh, this. Well, that's garbage now. Forget that. Alright. Now, there is one more we can do. If I remember correctly, there is a fourth science. There's a fourth exercise that's not listed here. Oh, this is letting you know what we summoned. We summoned a hog, and it won't survive in our dimension. Trickster Whim. It's just, he's just like watching us. This is a assembled consciousness given form in the moment of the ritual. Very real and possessed of a fearsome will to be free. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this next part,
What now?
we can do... Oh, put your bow on. Sorry.
What do you need?
No, I don't need you. Alright, no, I was letting you on as well. Alright, we're gonna save. We're gonna save now because we might not be high enough level to really do this properly. We're gonna... Alright, we're gonna save. We're gonna leave this save untouched in case we need to leave the place for any reason. Everything else is fine. Alright, so I'm gonna try and remember everything. Summoning font, activate. So the first thing we did was the spirit personages. So we're now going to do every single one in order without having to touch the flames, basically. And I might as well refer to it because I already forgot. Alright, so the first exercise is spirit personages, perfect. Rhodorun's Uncommon Calling and the statue. Okay. Uncommon Calling. The statue. And the bestiary. Or bestiary. Alright, so statue. Now we're gonna go. Now I have to remember, it's always a back and forth. It's almost always a back and forth. So we're gonna grab the bestiary. I think it's bestiary. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's my old brain that learned that word. So the carving, the spirit. Yeah, spirit. Then the statue, then the phylactery, then the flames. And I'm actually going to switch to Lenny on
What is it?
And the phylactery. Now we're going to go to the flames. So we have to be kind of ready for this. So this special fourth one is a guy you can pickpocket. And he'll talk and laugh at
Oh,
you.
this is rather awkward, what? I'm not supposed to be here. Not right at all.
The notes of Arl foreshadow, so you have to rob him. What you get is... You know what? I actually totally forget what you're supposed to get. What do you get from him, actually? Short bow? No. What did we get from him? It's been so long, I actually forgot. I feel so stupid. We can get a gift. This is trash. We can get supplies. I think we just got a codex entry. Or no, I think it's randomized.
Oh, this is rather awkward, what? I'm not supposed to be here. Not right at all.
This should be easy enough.
We didn't have anything to steal. Alright, so that's it. We basically completed the 4th part of that. And then so many fonts is done. So we're good. Let's move on to the next floor. Where danger awaits. So there are 4 floors. In our mage origin, we only went to the 2nd floor. There's a 3rd floor, which I think is the senior mage's quarters or the Templar quarters.
Do you hear that?
Or the mess hall,
Someone
maybe.
near here.
Hello? Owain!
Please refrain from going into the stock room. It is a mess, and I've not been able to get it into a state fit to be seen.
Hey, man. Owain!
Yes, it is I, Owain. You remember. I was trying to tidy up, but there was little I could do.
Why are you cleaning at a time like this?
The stock room is my responsibility. I must keep it clean. I tried to leave when things got quiet. That was when I encountered the barrier. Finding no other way out, I returned to work.
Oh, Wayne, you should have said something. I would have opened.
Yeah, it should be noted that a lot of the mages tend to look at the Tranquil as... They kind of pity them, but they do look after them. There is a sense of obligation and responsibility towards them. Not because they're stupid, but because they are so different. You always want to make sure they're not being taken advantage of. Because, like, remember when we lied to Owain? It was super easy. Like, he doesn't really sense... They're very gullible. They're not stupid, but they're very much... they don't feel emotions like suspicion. Suspicion itself is an emotion. But if they deduce, if they are... if you do understand that you might be trying to trick them, very obviously, then they will bring it up and say, I think you're trying to lie to me. What you said doesn't match up properly, so I'm not going to do it until I hear otherwise. So, like, same thing with us. All he did was give us a form. He's like, oh, okay, if you want to do it, here's a form. And if it doesn't line up, I'll report it. So they're not stupid. It's just they're very easy to take advantage of. And poor Owain, stuck here. I'm glad you're all right, Owain.
I would prefer not to die. I would prefer it if the tower returned to the way it was. Perhaps Niall will succeed and save us all.
Wait, Niall? That was the guy we talked about with the fraternities in the beginning.
I do not know. But he came here with several others and took the litany of Adrala.
But that protects from mind domination. Is blood magic at work here?
I do not know.
Niall was in the meeting. He would know. Blood magic. I was afraid of this.
Okay, let's see. So, how is it worse? What's going on?
Blood magic could control us, too. Who knows what could happen then? We should find Niall. The litany will give us a fighting chance against any blood mages we encounter.
I wish you luck. Perhaps this will be over soon.
Don't worry,
Things
Owain,
will
we're on top of
return
it.
to the way they were. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You have some filth behind you, Owain. I'll help you clean it. There's a dead body, Owain. I'll help you clean it. Ooh, a water-stained portrait. Who likes this? Who's the... You know what? I just remembered. I didn't bring it up before. The gifts that Sten likes, it's art. It's crazy. It's weird. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't think about. We're going to talk to Win about the Litany of Adrala and what that is and why it's so important.
Yes? Is there something you wish to discuss? If not, we should hurry. Time is of the essence.
What's this about the Litany of Adrala?
Adrala was a bard in the service of Divine Clemens I during the Second Exalted March. The schism had split the chantry into the one we know and the Imperial chantry in Tevinter. There was much mistrust of the Tevinter Imperium at this time, as you can imagine.
Go on.
Even though the Imperial chantry forbade blood magic, the chantry, our chantry, did not believe them.
They were
After all, many of the Tevinter mages, and even their Magister lords, had used blood magic with impunity throughout history. Together, with the help of the Chantry and its Templars, Adrala wrote the litany to protect against the mind-controlling abilities of blood mages.
So basically, Adrala was a bard back in the time during the original schism that matches the schism almost between Protestantism and Catholicism of the Chantry, except it's less about personal responsibility and acts of confession and indulgences, and it's more about the idea that when Andraste rose up against the Empire, the Imperium, many of those in charge were mages, and mages were using blood magic, and one of her tenets was that mages should serve man and not rule over them. The Southern Chantry, the one we're living in now, states that means that mages have to always be watched and monitored and have to be forced into circles, these towers, not always towers, but these areas where they're under watch and scrutiny. The Northern Chantry, the Empire Chantry that split off, said, no, it means we have to use our magic to higher goals, and we should not be restricted from using our abilities to help society. I happen to agree with the Northern one because it's more empowering, but you also have to remember that the Imperial Chantry, the Northern one, was their structure and their rule was the whole reason why the Chantry was created in the first place, was to counter the effect of rampant dictatorship of magic. So of course they're going to encourage the use of magic to not be restricted. There's so many noble houses that have mages in the Imperium. Blood magic is used mildly. There is a distinction, and I even wrote this in a fan fiction once, in terms of my character talking to Dorian from Inquisition, saying that what's the distinction that the Imperium has with blood magic? Because I know it's different. And it's like, oh, well, if you use, and I've always gotten this from parts of the story in the game, so it's basically true as well from other characters. But basically, when someone uses magic, blood magic, to like cut themselves and use it for fuel for a spell, or if someone willingly gives their magic, their blood to use to make a better spell, that's okay, right? As long as everything is consent based, as long as everything's fine, you're not taking any unnecessary risks or having any demons come out, you're safe. It's really okay at the end of the day. It's really no different than having a bunch of magic rocks that you use to make a better spell, right? It just happens to be blood. Okay, well, what's blood magic then? Well, if anything that is unconsentful, anything that is consorts with demons, anything that is like otherworldly or is like maniacal in terms of its uses, or doesn't rely on consent or relies on hurting people directly for more power, that's more blood magic, especially if you use it to like do spying stuff or manipulation stuff. That's bad. And then I threw a little joke that says, oh, what about when you do stuff like brain hemorrhaging, or like when you make someone's blood boil? What about that? That's kind of like, it's very damaging, and you're hurting someone. It's like, oh, those are party tricks, which is like, again, a joke I made up, but it very much works in the Imperium. It works to like sell you like, oh, this is how they break down their uses, but they're also kind of flagrant about their use as well. The line is gray. So this will stop any mind control, is what you're telling me?
Reciting the litany breaks any existing...
It's a magic scroll, basically.
...and prevents future attempts at domination from being successful.
That's cool. All right, let's go.
Onward.
All right, let's go explore the second floor. Let's explore it, the second floor. Oh, that's blocked off, so we're gonna go this way. Actually, we save. So this is the... Yes, so we're not gonna save over that one. Just in case,
What are we doing? Have you thought about it?
Ooh, what are you guys talking about?
Sure no one disrupts Aldrid's.
Oh, they're on Aldrid's side. Traitors.
But he's not Aldred anymore.
Oh, Aldred transformed or something. He's not the same person.
But this is what we're faced with. Quiet, both of you.
I think I heard something.
I said something.
And now they're just gonna attack us. Now there's a bunch of them over here. I'm gonna go grab them. You're stunned. You guys get that guy. You guys are blood mages. You had this coming. So unfortunately, these are my fellow mages.
Right.
That decided to consort with demons. It's very sad. Very, very unfortunate. Oh, you survived.
Please don't kill me.
The people you killed didn't want to die either. Not to high ground you, but seriously.
I know I have no right to ask for mercy, but I didn't mean for this death and destruction. We were just trying to free ourselves. Aldred told us that the Circle would support Loghain, and Loghain would help us be free of the Chantry. Don't you remember what it was like living here? The Templars watching. Always watching.
That doesn't excuse you murdering people. What you've done makes things worse for everyone. You've killed people that could have benefited from what you wanted. And this is the problem with a lot of mages, is they go into these behaviors because they say, oh, well, it's for survival, it's so I can be free. And then they go to the worst extreme. It's like people that are oppressed by their religion, saying you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do this. And what do they do the moment they have no observation or scrutiny? They have no self-regulation. And that doesn't obviously account for everybody under the sun. Some people are fine with that level of instruction. But when you take away that structure, that oppressive structure, they lose it and figure out that they can do anything. And then they'll do the thing you told them not to do. So it's why you have to really, when you're teaching someone moderation or guiding them, forcing them to do it isn't actually teaching them. You're not teaching them to actually moderate or be a good person. You're not teaching them the consequences of their actions because you won't let them act in certain ways. Now, that being said, that is just as much her fault as an adult as it is the Chantry's for instilling these ideas in her. Even if she rebelled against them, that's still their fault. So, I'm just gonna, hey, you did bad.
We thought someone always has to take the first.
Yeah, the mages are full of a lot of revolutionaries.
Nothing is worth what you've done to this place.
Look how shiny we are.
Now Aldred's gone mad, and we are scattered, doomed to die at the hands of those who seek to right our wrongs.
And all you do is wallow now instead of trying to make things better.
What else can I do? I'm trapped here.
I don't know what I can do for you.
Please, if you spare me, I could escape and seek penance at the Chantry.
You know, they'll never take you. They're very picky about who they let in. Harlots, murderers, yes. Maleficarum, oh no.
Your comments betray your ignorance, Alistair. The Chantry...
True, they're very forgiveness-based.
Regardless of what they've done.
Well, it seems you're familiar with a whole other Chantry, because the one I know wouldn't hesitate to shove a sword of mercy right through her heart.
I mean, it really isn't the point. It really isn't the point what the Chantry is or isn't. But I'm inclined to believe with Leniana. I mean, Alistair is right. They would kill her as soon as they found out she was a mage. But she does deserve the second chance, I guess. She doesn't really. She's a murderer. But, I don't feel the need to kill someone in cold blood. Because the fight's over. Look at her. She's giving us the puppy dog eyes. So, Leniana, yeah, whatever.
I just want my life. Please.
So how are you gonna get out?
I'll find a way, please. I swear I'll do something good with my life.
You please do not move me. I'll spare you. If I regret this, I swear to God.
Thank you. The Maker will surely turn his eyes on you for your mercy.
Whatever. No approval for that. The Rose of Orlais. This is a book. Who likes books? Oof. I'm trying to think. Wait, what is Wind like? Oh god, it's been forever. Well, I'm not going to give people gifts for a while.
Mages from before the Circle and before the Chantry held them in check.
Wow, is that what it says? Watchguard of the Reaching. I know there's another spell thing somewhere. Oh, there's the cache we found. Shock bomb, I don't want that. I have to take it. Let's just take it.
Yes.
Win. No, sorry.
You wish...
Just take it for now, so we can complete the cache.
Yes.
Leniana, can you open this, please? Chanter Cowl.
Just like you wanted.
Thank you. Ancient text. Scroll of Banastor. I think these are scrolls we can give somebody. Maybe? It's been a while now since I've done a lot of this. Alright. So we're on the second floor. We're going to move on to the... Well, we're still on the second for a while. This is the... This was the library, I think? Yeah, this is the I think this is the library. Everything gets so messed up here, it's hard to actually recognize where everything is. Yeah, I think this is where that blind guy was. and then Niall was standing over here, and then there were a lot of books over. Yeah, books over here. This is where we learned about the 4 schools of bending, and the Avatar. All right, sweet.